Hello, amazing people. I greet you wherever you are hearing the sound of my voice. Okay. I trust you are making the best of this holiday period. And I know this is a trying period for every one of us, looking at what is happening in Ibadan, with Queen Naomi in custody and the rest, So I know that we all are just taking one day at a time right now, but like I always say, things will get better, and at last, Queen Naomi is going to come out victorious and stronger and bigger. Okay, so in line with the Ooni of Ife stories and Queen Naomi related stories that are coming out, we are glad to bring you this story, which goes like this. And Queen Naomi and Ooni of Ife are rumored to be in severe shock right now, as the real reason behind the unfortunate stampede, was revealed by an Ibadan-based spiritualist. Yes, you heard me well. Some of us have always insinuated that, look, what happened, looking at the trajectory from the first venue, that got vandalized, the second place. In fact, looking at the scenarios generally, a lot of us I've always believed that that cannot be just a mere physical occurrence, that something definitely a spiritual undertone has to be involved. And I'm not surprised that one of the most revered spiritualists in Ibadan has come out to make this revelation. Okay. So, according to this revelation, Queen Naomi was indeed the real target, as we have always reported, yes, and as earlier hinted by Yamifa herself. I'm sure you guys who has been keen followers of this channel will have watched some of our videos where Yamifa, came out to warn that this is the target of these people, these evil people, okay? So rumors started, when Ifa wives, started this unholy gang up that took them to Paropo, the Gese elders, etc. And what was it that was taking them to all these places? They were going about complaining of isolation, complaining that the KBC was spending all the time with Queen Naomi. That is on one hand. They were also complaining about the fact that KBC went to China and brokered a deal for Queen Naomi. That is another one. Then the issue of renovation of the royal mansion that got several millions of naira was also something that caused big jealousy among the Ifa wives. Okay, then there was also that massive support for Queen Naomi for the children fun fair. Yours sincerely reported a lot of those massive support interventions from Kabiesi himself and his friends and several other people, according to the story at that time that was making it round in the social media, which we also highlighted in our channel. Okay, so the problem started with that vandalization of that first venue. You recall that the venue where this program happened wasn't the original venue. They had a venue where they stock a lot of some of these things, and according to the report that time, which we also brought to you, the place was vandalized and everything went down the drain. And Queen Naomi being the a quiet person, she is humble person. She didn't make much noise. All she did was to change the venue, and before you know it, more support came in for her, even more than what she originally got for the first venue. Okay. So now, seeing that she's undeterred, and determined to push ahead with the event, they plotted, to unalive her, finally, and if they fail, I mean, they will now face the innocent son. Okay, so that was the next plan, because when that vandalization happened in the first place, the real essence was to, I mean, frustrate Queen Naomi, to make her cancel the event, or to even just spy her. But I mean, you can't unalive somebody that carries that such grace. You cannot. It's not possible. So when they realized that they have failed, vandalization came, they failed. Instead, she moved to a bigger space. Okay. So this obviously infuriated them. So according to the revelation, the evil plotter spiritually visited her hotel room early that 18th. Recall that that event was slated for the 18th. So according to the revelation, being given by this spiritualist, he said he visited her in her hotel room early morning. These bad guys, they move very, very early. Those are the time that they perpetuate their ungodly whatever. So, and normally, so they went there. The intention this time was to just finish the work. Okay. And according to the revelation, they came and met Queen Naomi praying as usual. Okay. And according to the story, they saw the spiritualist said they got there and they saw a mass of glass shield that was shielding Queen Naomi, so they couldn't get entrance, because the glass shield, enveloped the entire room, leaving them unable to gain access. Can you imagine this? So the plan would have been that, okay, if they had succeeded, in the morning, everybody will wake up and say their enemy refused to wake up. Can you imagine this? We've heard several reports like that of people just sleeping, and in the morning they have to even break their doors to say either they slumber or blah blah. There is always one story there. So that was the plan. But God is always God, and God was ahead of them in that instance. So according to the revelation, okay, the enemies got so mad that they are unable to gain access. So the attention now shifted to Queen Naomi's son, and again they failed big time as it was revealed the son had double glass shield. So this one is even, if you look at that boy alone, I always tell people that when you see kids that are born with dreadlocks, you need to fear them because they're already carrying their own heavy power. Okay, so the revelation is that they saw double shield. The son was carrying double shield, his own spiritual shield, and that of his mom. Okay, so now they failed again here. So they were said to have become even more angry and desperate as time was running out because they were meant to do something before that. Their plan is either they buy someone or the program, anything that will make the program not to hold. Okay, so having failed in the kind of Queen Naomi and the son, the next thing was how they now shifted their evil eyes on the venue where they spiritually directed a big Iroko tree to fall on the helpless and innocent children, knowing that with this event, with this, the event will not hold. As they also feel that okay, Queen Naomi will be held responsible or will be held to give account for the losses should that happen, and they succeeded big time in doing that. So that was why this whole Pine incident happened within a blink of an eye. If you go back to the eyewitness reports, of how this thing happened, it was like magic. Before you knew it, with a blink of an eye, the disaster happened, the stampede happened, everything happened. And and that is why I tell a lot of people that this cannot just be physical. Those of you, who are very discerning spiritually will understand what I'm saying. Okay, so I want to ask now, have you not wondered how a program scheduled for 10 a.m. started having that level of casualty even before 6 a.m.? Are you not surprised? A program is announced for 10, and before even 6 after 6, the damage, the carnage had already happened. Have you not also wondered why a lot of the parents refused to leave when it was announced that they should leave after they got over 5,000 plus children? Have you not wondered why that happened? People who have planned a program have, taken in this number and they told the rest, please go away. We cannot accommodate more than this figure. Have you not wondered how come they made that announcement and the parents refused to leave? Where have you heard of a parent, flinging and throwing their children across fences? Where have you heard that? Is this just hunger and greed alone? Is hunger and greed alone enough to lead to this level of madness? I'm wondering. I want you guys to answer. Is hunger enough to make parents to fling their kids, their own children across fence? If it is not something that has spiritual undertone, I'm asking. Did you not hear of a particular parent who threw a child across the fence, hoping that there was a magician across the other side that will catch this baby by the time the baby is landing? And according to the story of that particular incident, immediately the baby landed, they said the baby landed with head on the floor and the baby cried instantly. So that one too now, was it motivated by hunger and greed alone? If there's no spiritual undertone to that? I'm asking, can that action be induced by hunger and greed alone? Certainly not. Certainly not. So, according to the Reverend Spiritualist, the enemies are now happy that Queen Naomi is in a place where they have always wanted because, we won't have access to KBC, and she's going to go through momentary punishment and whatever, like she's already undergoing. Okay. So they've gotten her to where they want, but I tell you, this is just temporary because God is God, and the forces of good will always triumph over that of evil. This is what I know, and this is what will happen. So he went further to sympathize with the families who have lost their loved ones, asking for forgiveness at this time. Okay, he's asking for forgiveness from every one of them because, according to him, Queen Naomi meant well for these same kids. Okay, because she never assembled them for the purpose of buying them. That is what he said. So, I mean, it's so sad that this is where we are today because Queen Naomi, as I've always said, this is not the first time she's conducting this sort of intervention. She's been doing this for a decade, and it has always been 100% success rate. Okay, but this time the devil struck. All she wanted to do was to assuage the suffering of the vulnerable and hungry children amongst us. You know, but I mean, it is what it is. What a travesty of justice that we are where we are today. So this is the story that came out at this time, and I'm happy that the spiritualists, those who know about the spirit things, have come out and to reveal further to us what a lot of us have always suspected. Okay, so this is what is coming at this time, and I just want to leave by saying to appeal to the parents of these kids, that they should just have mercy, have mercy, and remember that look, this woman meant well for these same children. She never gathered them for them to buy. I mean, but this thing has happened. They should, I mean, have sympathy, for this woman. And we want to also, continue to appeal to all Queen Naomi fans worldwide that this is the time not to relent in our prayers. Let's continue to pray because I believe that this storm too will pass and she's going to come out stronger and bigger. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to be back soon. God bless you. Bye bye.